The music industry has always been a mysterious place, filled with rumors, myths, and legends. One such myth that has gained significant attention in recent years is the fourth album curse. The theory goes that many artists who have achieved immense success with their first 3 albums tend to struggle when it comes to their fourth. Some believe this is due to the pressure of expectations, while others blame it on creative burnout. In this video, we'll take a look at 10 artists that fell victim to this phenomenon. Kanye West. Kanye's college trilogy contained his first 3 albums, and it is one of the best 3-album run in music history. When it was time to release his 4th album, he was coming off his commercially successful album Graduation, which included the #1 hit Stronger. But Kanye being Kanye, he completely changed his sound and traded in the feel-good sound of Graduation for the sad, slow sound with 808s, auto-tune, and piano. The album was 808s and Heartbreak. He experienced a drop in first week sales, selling 450,000 units. Late Registration sold 860,000 copies, and Graduation sold 957,000 copies. But as time went on, it was regarded as a very important album, as it gave rise to a new genre, emo rap, that gave rise to artists like Drake, Nicki Minaj. When it was time to release her 4th album, Nicki was going through a bad time. With her beef with Remy Ma and the rise of Cardi B, her public perception was at an all-time low. Amidst the chaos, her 4th album, Queen, was released on August 10, 2018. It debuted on #2 on the Billboard 200 with 185,000 album equivalent units. It had good critical reception, scoring a 70 out of 100 on Metacritic, but it was unable to spawn huge hits, and it has some of her worst songs ever. Ed Sheeran. Ed is another artist who fell victim to the curse. His first 3 albums, Plus, Multiply, and Divide, all received critical acclaim and sold very well, each selling more than 7 million records worldwide. He released his 4th album, Equals, on October 29, 2021. It was poorly received by fans and critics, scoring a 59 out of 100. Taking the time it was released into consideration, it performed well commercially, selling 118,000 album equivalent units in its first week. But compared to its very high standards, it was considered a flop. J. Cole. When it was time to release his 4th album, J. Cole was coming off his most successful album, the modern classic 2014 Forest Hills Drive. The 4th album was called For Your Eyes Only, and it was released on December 9, 2016. It debuted on #1 on the Billboard 200, selling 363,000 copies in its first week, carried by the hype from the last album. It has been certified platinum by the RIAA. It has no huge hits on it, as it has been streamed 1.7 billion times on Spotify. As a comparison, 2014 Forest Hills Drive has been streamed more than 4.5 billion times. It did not meet the lofty expectations set by his 3rd album. Post Malone. When it came time to release his 4th album, Post was on top of the world. He was one of the most streamed artists on Spotify, featuring in the top 5 of the most streamed artists of each year. His 4th studio album, 12 Karat Toothache, was released on the 3rd of June 2022. It debuted on #2 on the Billboard 200, earning 121,000 album equivalent units in its first week. It was poorly received by fans and critics, scoring a 68 out of 100 on Metacritic. In my opinion, it was the first bad album he had released. Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga had already become a pop icon before releasing her 4th studio album. She had already dropped experimental music with art pop and continued to explore new sounds with her 4th album, Joanne, which was released on October 21, 2016. It debuted on #1 on the Billboard 200 with 201,000 album equivalent units. It received mixed reviews from critics, getting a 67 out of 100 on Metacritic. The album sounded like a 90s soft rock album. Justin Timberlake. If we take the 2020 experience part 1 and 2 as one album, Justin Timberlake's fourth studio album was Man of the Woods, which was released on the 2nd of February 2018. It debuted on number 1 on the Billboard 200 with 293,000 album equivalent units. The album was preceded by the disappointing singles Filthy and Supplies. The only mild hit from the album was Say Something with Chris Stapleton. It was poorly received by critics, getting a 55 out of 100 on Metacritic. Though he went back to his frequent collaborators Timberlake and Pharrell Williams to produce the album, it did not sound right. Avril Lavigne. When it was time to release her fourth studio album, Avril was coming off 3 successful albums. Her next album was Goodbye Lullaby, which was released on March 2, 2011. It debuted on number 4 on the Billboard 200 with first week sales of 87,000 units. It was rated a 58 out of 100 on Metacritic. By 2011, the pop rock sound she was known for was fading in popularity, and combined with a lack of promotion, the album flopped. Katy Perry. Katy's first album was dropped in 2001 as Katy Hudson, but her fourth album as Katy Perry was Witness, which was released on the 9th of June 2017. It follows 3 successful albums which cemented Katy Perry as a pop icon. The album delves into dance and EDM genres, and was a slight left from her usual sound. It debuted on number 1 on the Billboard 200 with 180,000 album equivalent units. It was supported by singles Chained to the Rhythm, which peaked on number 4, Bon Appetit, which peaked on number 59, and Swish Swish, which peaked on number 46. Witness was poorly received by the critics, scoring a 53 out of 100 on Metacritic. Britney Spears. Britney had already cemented herself as a pop legend when it came time to release her fourth album. In the Zone was released on the 1st of November 2003. It debuted on number 1 on the Billboard 200 with first week sales of 609,000 copies. It has been certified 2 times platinum by the RIAA. The album scored a 66 out of 100 on Metacritic. It contained the classic Toxic, which is her most popular song. It performed well, but it did not live up to the standards set by her first 3 albums. So, is the fourth album curse real? Ultimately, whether the curse is real or not, it is clear that it has had an impact on the music industry. It has contributed to the idea that the fourth album is a crucial moment in an artist's career. What do you think?